What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents.
This story's called Entitled Mother and Her Boyfriend Are Why I'm Glad for Panic Buttons. Apologies again for the long post, guys. I had a few people reach out to me and ask me if I had anything crazier to tell for my last story. So I'll give you one of the best ones that made me incredibly glad for panic buttons. Backstory. We got a call from the local police department letting us know a vehicle owned by our rental agency had been impounded, and that after being searched, it was safe for us to come retrieve it. Once we retrieved the vehicle, about a half an hour later, the fun ensues. The cast is as follows. Entitled mother.
Entitled boyfriend.
The good kid. Good grandmother. Police officers. Me and James. We're in our office when a taxi pulls in next to the front door. Two people get out and practically slam the doors closed on the taxi before ripping open our front door. A screaming frenzy ensues before any of us can even open our mouths.
Where the F is my car?
My manager, James, comes out from his office and is immediately at the front of the store, while myself and two others stay closer to the back. I'm sorry, sir. What do you mean?
I asked you where my freaking car is.
Sir, you need to calm down. Entitled mother, quiet up until now, decides to join the screaming fit. Listen here, you little crap. We paid good money for that car and we want it back. Look it up. I'm Mrs. Blank. James finally starts to put the pieces together and realizes they are talking about the car that was impounded. What we had heard from the police reports was that the vehicle was confiscated after two individuals tried to steal beer and candy from a local gas station. The vehicle was searched as well, and a large number of half-smoked joints were also discovered. So the vehicle was impounded and the two individuals taken to the police station. We all kind of expected, young kids or something. Okay, folks, listen. What are your names and I'll be able to look up your contract, find the vehicle you're talking about, and we could get this all sorted out, okay? During this time, James looks back at us with a freaking do it expression. We have a panic button under our desks in the back to summon police presence. Since we were on very good terms with the local police department, they were usually there in minutes. True to form, I slam that button under the desk as discreetly as possible, and they show up while James is still trying to calm down the two screaming people in our lobby. The police walk in and entitled boyfriend instantly becomes more aggressive, going so far as to break our front door hinges when the police escorted the two of them out to talk in the parking lot. Once they're outside, we breathe a collected sigh of relief, and James searches our system to find information on the car. Turns out, these two weren't the ones who rented the car. We called the phone number on file to speak with Good Grandmother, who rented the vehicle for her grandson, Good Kid. When we explain the situation to her, she says she will be there soon and will notify Good Kid. Good Kid comes flying into the parking lot with his grandmother, and we watch as the parking lot becomes a soap opera. A lot of screaming, getting up in each other's faces until Good Kid marches into our office, his look of anger subsiding as he composes a bit. I am so sorry about this. My granny rented this for me and her to drive while my car's at the shop. Entitled mother comes storming in after him, proceeding to scream like a banshee as one of the officers follows her to remove her. Why do you have to be like this to your own flesh and blood? Why can't you be grateful for all that I've done for you? Good Kid turns, and I can only assume his face was not happy because entitled mother kinda shuffled backwards. Gran has done more for me than you ever have. Now, get the hell out of my face! Police officer enters and escorts entitled mom back outside, where the other officer has placed entitled boyfriend into the back of his squad car. She joins him and the police cart them away. Good Kid turns back to us and apologizes, saying he will come back to sort things out. 2 days later, Good Kid comes back with Good Grandma and they apologize up and down for the fiasco. Apparently, without going into too much detail, Good Kid moved out of the house when entitled dad and entitled mom got together and went to go live with Good Grandma. Good Grandma has spent years trying to be the parent Good Kid never had. An entitled mother and entitled boyfriend have repeatedly tried to come back into Good Kid's life. Apparently, stealing the car wasn't even the craziest thing entitled mother has tried to do to get her son's attention. Good Grandma and Good Kid ended up bringing my office donuts for the hassle and told us to keep the car. They didn't need it anymore. We had to get that thing detailed. The devil's lettuce is very hard to get out of carpet. Okay, what I thought was kind of funny was they expected little kids to be the ones doing the shenanigans, but it turned out to be a kid's parents, and the kid is the more responsible one. Whatever. It's fun. People are stupid, you know that? This story's called, Hey, Happy Birthday! Now hippity hoppity hand over your property. So, a bit of context. This happened to my sister when she turned 10 this year in April. Hey, that's my birthday. This happened in Hong Kong, before crap started hitting the fan, in the Hong Kong Disneyland. Now, she had invited some of her friends and their parents over to play, eat dinner, and have cake. This was nearing the end of the party, and my sister decided to hand out some gifts. Bad idea. Here's the cast. Sister? Entitled kid? Entitled dad? Mom. Now, this was when the day was pretty much over. Dinner had already been eaten, the cake had already been eaten, and Sister's party was almost at an end. Before everyone left, Sister decided to hand out some party favors. At our school, there were these popular Disney collection items, or pins, which you would have to buy at Disneyland shops or online. These pins could be traded with employees at Disneyland for rarer pins, which in turn could be traded with other people. So, Sister decided to give out one pin to each of her friends as a party favor. But one kid, entitled kid, decided that one wasn't enough and pestered Sister for more. Hey, can I have more pins? Oh, sorry, I can't. These pins cost a lot and most of mine are limited edition. So what? I attended this party for you and I expect to be rewarded. Excuse me, what? I already told you no. These are limited editions. I spent a year and hundreds of dollars collecting these. Some of these aren't even available anymore. Also, what do you mean you expect to be rewarded? I attended this dumb party to get stuff. I expect to be rewarded. Anyways, you can always buy them online. You're rich. Anyways, I deserve them. What have you done to deserve them? Now, we aren't exactly rich, so this infuriated my sister. Excuse me, what the hell? Are you okay in the head? You're supposed to be attending my party as a friend, not a person waiting for handouts. And like I said, these are super rare, almost impossible to find, and you're expecting me to just hand them out to you? It was at this point Entitled Dad notices Sister and Entitled Kid fighting and comes over. What are you doing fighting with Entitled Kid? How dare you? After all we've done, attending your worthless party and giving you presents, you have no right. Sorry, Entitled Dad, but Entitled Kid was trying to take my limited edition pins. Can you tell her to stop? So what? She deserves them. She got great marks in her last test. She is a gifted child and needs to be rewarded. Yeah, hand them over. Okay, I'm done being nice. Get the frick out of my way or you'll never be respected ever again. I'll tell everyone what you've done. Mom, noticing something was going on, and walked over. Excuse me, what are you doing? Your daughter won't give Entitled Kid her pins. Tell her to hand them over. She deserves it. Your child doesn't. Excuse me, what the hell? These pins cost hundreds of dollars. I don't care how much your daughter deserves them. She is not getting them. Entitled Kid and Entitled Dad at this point realize Sister and Mom wouldn't be handing over any pins willingly. So, what do? Well, any logical person would walk away. However, they weren't exactly the smartest and did exactly what any not-so-smart person would do. They took a pin and ran like hell. They barely made it 15 feet before their escape plan was foiled by a rock on the ground. They fell down and dropped the pin. What the frick-tack are you doing? Get the hell out of my sight and never let me see you again! Startled by the sudden ferocity, they dropped the pin and ran like hell. And that is the end of the story. At school, Entitled Kid became known as the crap bag and was hated by all. So all's well that ends well, I guess. Okay, so I just realized what all's well that ends well means. I knew what it meant before, contextually that is, but now I'm realizing what it actually means. It's saying, it's a good thing if it ended well. The ends justify the means. Anyways, regarding the story, the dad was immature, I guess. I don't know what else to say about these people. They're crazy. Yeah, it's the same story every time. Some crazy parent does something crazy and then it's just crazy, I don't know what else to say. This story's called Vitiligo and Entitlement Equals Ruined Day. Hey all, this happened just today and I am still fuming and feel really bad about it. Backstory. I have a skin condition called vitiligo. For those not knowing what that is, it's basically your skin losing pigment, leading to your skin losing color in different parts and sizes. My case isn't that severe, and so far it doesn't affect my face, but I still tend to feel really bad about it. I as well have a small tattoo with a motive from my favorite game on my forearm. It is holiday week in my school, so on some days we had some sort of program or school trip, for example to Vienna. My grade chose an aqua park. I wasn't exactly happy about it, but since all my friends went too and it was counted into PE attendance, I decided to go as well. Here's the cast. There's me, Tom,
Dana,
Veronica, teacher,
staff, kid, probably 7, entitled mother.
Story time! I was going with Tom to check out the buffet when Kid asked me,
"What has happened to you?"
Hey there, what do you mean?
Your skin.
Oh, that, it's called vitiligo. It's basically losing your skin color. Here came entitled mother.
What have you been saying to my son, you ugly freak?
Hey, watch it. She might have vitiligo, but she's still the most beautiful person I have ever met. So please, shut up and let's all go our different ways.
Whatever the hell vitiligo is, it's caused by vaccination.
Do I need to say more?
And drug addiction.
Lady, it is not.
And what about that disgusting tattoo? I know that symbol. It's the disgusting logo from that disgusting game.
The tattoo is the Fireflies logo, and those of you who are gamers will know it's from The Last of Us.
Stop it! You have no business insulting anyone like that over their skin condition. I ain't insulting you for your looks.
How dare you? She's an ugly, disgusting bench. Why is she even showing herself like that? I would live my life in sewers if I were to look like that.
I then burst into tears and ran off to the toilets. The following part is from what I was told.
See you, bimbo. Look what you're doing. She's very sensitive about it and you called her like that. Do you have a single bit of respect and manners in your body? She's my girlfriend, and while suffering from vitiligo, she is the most beautiful woman I've ever met. Physically and physically. While I could say the perfect opposite about you.
When we are at the sewers, why don't you live there? You sure look like you actually live there. I don't know who's supposed to say that. Here came Dana and Veronica.
Hey Tom, what's happening?
Hey there, D. Miss Universe is insulting OP about her vitiligo. Please, go check on her. She ran off to the toilets.
Alright, so you're standing up for such a disgusting person? I'm sorry for what I'm saying, but have you got a single freaking bit of good attribute to be this entitled to where you insult a person about their condition? I could very well insult you about everything, yet I have the manners to not do it on sight. She's my friend, and I won't tolerate such talk. How dare you, you little bench?
Stop! Stop insulting people on sight. She's right. You are missing everything to be entitled to insult anyone about their looks.
It's so disgusting. She'll infect the whole pool with that.
It's not infective. Please, leave us alone.
Not until you are all away.
Look, I have a proposition for you. I suppose we are both gonna profit. We all carry on our business with our days, and when you get home, look into a mirror. Say several reasons why you think that you are beautiful enough to insult a person for their condition on sight. Then, put on a thick mud mask and hope it stays in place.
Meanwhile, I was talking the incident through with Dana, and she was comforting me. When we got out to get Tom and someone from the staff, the whole argument got enough attention to have Tom, staff, and several of my classmates already there arguing over one another.
I want to leave here now. It's so ugly and disgusting. She subjects my son to that disgusting illness.
For the last time, lady, you have to leave or I will call the police. I came to them.
Why don't you kick her out? Don't you see how ugly and disgusting it is?
So, she has vitiligo. Is that a reason to call her like that? I'm pretty sure she's much nicer than you are. Entitled mother then stormed off, saying how she'll press charges about subjecting people to my looks and infecting the water and hygiene and suing the water park for letting someone like me there. Me, Tom, Dana, Veronica, and teacher then had a snack at the buffet and enjoyed the rest of the day. Not a part of the story, but important. I have had some looks on vacations about my vitiligo. And being honest, it makes me feel really bad. People, stop insulting people or even giving them looks for their looks or condition overall. In most cases, it's not their fault, and even more cases, it makes them feel worse about it. Okay, on that last note, while that might be true, another unfortunate truth is that that's just human nature. No, that's just like the nature of life, really. You see something unfamiliar, you see something new, and you can't help but stare. You can't expect everyone to not, be curious. And while it's not exactly the most respectful thing to stare at someone who has an obvious condition, I feel like it's very unrealistic and way too idealistic to expect people to not stare. Instead, what I think, you should probably hope for or expect is people to not make assumptions about you based on your condition. For instance, there are people that don't have arms that are likely better at basketball than me, who has all of my limbs. So yeah, that's my point. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.